It's still not there. Oh, there it is.
Here we are.
Hello, there's no one here yet.
Okay, then we're fine.
That's also,
if there's a delay, that's gonna fuck with me.
I can turn the sound off.
Probably should scoot a little bit. All right.
I'm not seeing anyone so far.
Also,
I hope someone, it says for watching.
oh, hi everyone.
Hello, can anyone hear us? Yeah, we're...
Okay, good.
Hello.
Hi.
Okay, good.
Good.
Hello.
One of these days we're gonna get used to this.
Yeah.
It's not gonna be like a weird, awkward thing.
Yeah.
It just
Also, we're
starts.
like delayed right now with what we're seeing. I don't know how to see, like, we need to figure this out better. But anyway.
Anyway. There's a delay.
In case you're wondering, we're wearing our Halloween costumes right now. And yes, we are Daria and Jane. You are correct, Crystal.
Yes.
So, and we're drinking some Urban Chestnut Stammich. Don't know how to say it. Stammich beer.
But it's
a German style Pilsner, and it's got one of those cool, just spilled it on myself. It's got one of those cool pop tops.
Yes.
That you shouldn't tip over.
No.
All right, so.
All right.
Oh, Steve's here. Hi,
Steve.
And thank you. The lawn gnome says he's loving our costumes.
Thank you.
So we're discussing Ready Player One by Ernest Cline. Here
it is.
And yeah, I feel like it goes without saying, but if you're, sorry, I got distracted by the comments and lost my train of thought. But this will not be spoiler free.
So if you haven't read it yet and you don't want spoilers, then you should probably not watch this until after you have read it.
Right. I'm going to do this so that I can't see our...
I like that. That's better. Yeah. That's better. Okay.
Yeah, so Ready Player One.
Yes. It's about a dystopian society, and it's about this kid who lives in the dystopian society.
Right.
And he kind of spends most of his time in this digital reality
called the Oasis.
The Oasis.
And there's this man who created the Oasis, set up this Easter egg in the virtual reality that if you find it, you get his inheritance, like after his death, which he is dead at this point.
Right.
So yeah, our main character Wade is trying to find this Easter egg.
Right.
Yeah. And I don't know, should we just go in with, well, first of all,
I have not finished it yet. I'm having a really hard time with it. I'm on the struggle bus, so I have not finished it.
Yeah, Megan hasn't finished it. I did finish it. I listened to it on audiobook, though, which like isn't my preferred method of consuming books, but this one was actually a pretty good audiobook. It was read by Will Wheaton, so that's pretty cool. And he did a pretty good job, I thought.
I like Will Wheaton.
Yeah, and he has like a brief mention in the book, so that's fun.
That's super fun.
And he gets to like read them calling him an old geezer.
Oh, Mindy's book journey says she's 86% through it. You're way further than I am.
Well, I plan to talk about the ending, so just
so
FYI.
brace yourself.
Like I'll warn you before I talk about the very ending, I guess. But
I'm only like 75 pages into it. I just can't with it.
Well, it took me until he found the first key to really get interested in the book.
I'm about to that point. And like I've been interested in it like in bursts. Like there have been like little chunks of it that I'm really interested in. And then I'm like, oh no, I don't care anymore.
Yeah.
Oh no, I'm really interested.
Yeah, I was kind of like that too. Yeah, because I'd find myself like really being like, oh, this is really good. And then I'd be like, oh, I don't give a shit anymore.
Yeah, I don't care anymore.
Yeah.
Bird thinks that Will Wheaton did a great job too.
Yeah,
That's
and
awesome.
then Literary Epiphany said it was slow for her to get into as well.
Yeah, and Aluminum said that he thinks the trailer looked good, and I agree. Like, I'm gonna watch the movie.
I haven't seen the trailer, but I do think that it could potentially make a really good movie, and Spielberg's directing it, so
right. I'll watch it. I think it'll be good.
Yeah,
but yeah, I just can't like.
Yeah, and overall, I found the book kind of like. I didn't quite get the hype, I guess I'll say. Like, I gave it 3 stars. I was like, I thought the plot was really interesting and good. Like this whole idea of sort of like living in a video game a little bit.
Yeah.
I thought that was really cool and I liked that, but like Wade didn't love him as a character. Like, I thought at times that he was really funny and endearing, and then there was other things about him that kind of pissed me off. Yeah. Because, like, he was kind of like, I feel like he's one of those guys that if you said you like video games, he'd be like, oh, yeah?
What's your favorite one?
What's your favorite video
And what year did it come out? And who wrote it? And who programmed it?
So I found that annoying. Yeah. It was like every dude who, when I say I'm into metal, is like, what's your favorite metal band?
Yeah.
I'm like,
or anytime I'm like, I like nerdy stuff.
That's my favorite.
And guys are like, what nerdy things do you like? Oh yeah, oh yeah. Or if I'm like, I like Batman. Well, what's your favorite issue of the comic? Have you read the comic? Did you know there was a comic?
Who doesn't know there's a Batman comic? Yeah. I still think it's going to be an amazing movie.
And she thinks it's going to be better than the book.
I hope it's better than the book. I love the book.
Because for me, like, characters are what cause me to like a book. Like, I feel connected to characters, and then I enjoy the book. I don't like these characters.
Delondum says he feels what sells the book is pop culture references. I've noticed from most people who didn't get most of the references didn't really enjoy the book. Okay, and I will say that I probably didn't get most of the references because
I get a lot of references. I just don't care for the book. Like, I get most of them. If you get like super into video game stuff, I don't get it. But like, I get all the Dungeons and Dragons stuff. I get the movies, the music. I get that stuff.
I got some of them. I definitely didn't get some of the movie references. Like when he clears the first gate and he has to do the like word for word dialogue of that movie. I don't remember what the movie was. I had never heard of it. I don't know what that movie is.
I just don't like.
And I honestly, this is probably stupid, but I honestly get annoyed with 80s references because I just feel like it's constant of people being like, oh, I love the 80s music. I don't like the 80s. I'll be like, 80s music, don't really care for it. 80s movies, I like some of them, but not a lot of them. 80s music, again, some of it, not a lot of it. I don't get it.
Oh, I like the 80s. I love 80s movies. I love 80s music. I like the 80s. I like the 90s better.
Yeah.
But I love the 80s. And I get, like I said, I get a lot of the references in the book. Wade is such a, like, I feel like he's kind of a douche.
He is kind of a douche.
Because he's like, listen to all this stuff I know, and here's why you're stupid. Like, all right.
I was born in 87, so I don't remember any of the 80s. And also, like, I've read an article somewhere that said that, like, when it comes to music, at least, people usually like music from the decade they grew up in and from the decade their parents grew up in. And my parents are older than most people my age.
Right.
And so they grew up in, like, the 60s and 70s, not the 80s. So... I'm more into like 60s and 70s stuff.
Right, that makes sense.
Than I am into 80s stuff.
I'm into like 80s and 90s stuff. So, because my parents grew up in the 80s.
Yeah, and I grew up in the 90s and like I was a teen in the early 2000s. So like that's the kind of stuff I enjoy.
My husband was born in 76. So he grew up in the 80s and he fucking loves the 80s. So I think that, and
my boyfriend loves the 80s too because he was born in 77. So.
Yeah. So I think like
that's almost like an area of contention with us sometimes because he's like really into 80s music. Like he loves like hair metal, which I'm not a huge fan of.
No, I'm not either.
He loves 80s movies, and like he won't watch his movies that he loves as a kid with me anymore because I piss him off because I'm like making fun of them the whole time.
Was one of those movies Conan?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
My husband too. And
he got really fucking mad at me whenever I watched Conan with him because I made fun of it and I laughed at the whole time.
It's
and he
funny.
was like, "Fuck you, Conan."
Fuck you.
Yeah. But
Sue's older than me.
I'm a little older than you, yeah.
Let's see. Okay, so
Crystal says the 80s was the best era ever. I'll fight you, Crystal.
Just kidding.
Just kidding. I won't fight you.
Let's see. I will agree about the 90s though. 91 to 95, best years for music. See, I think that you're probably right. My husband would disagree with you, the long known.
Yeah.
He thinks that the 90s was a shit year for music. So
Jeremiah would say the same thing, my boyfriend.
Yeah. Let's see.
Although he does love Oasis, apparently.
That's so fucking weird. I hate Oasis. Ew.
Which is like, the Oasis.
The Oasis sounds cool, but like Oasis the band was a couple of pretentious fucking douches.
You're so young. Yeah, I just turned 30
I'm not 30
last
yet.
month. Megan's not 30
I'm
yet.
not 30 yet, so I'm
almost. But I just turned 30 in September last month.
I will turn 30 in January.
Yep.
So I'm getting there.
And Crystal also hates Conan.
Super misogynist.
It's very misogynist.
That's why I hate it.
And that's part of, and I think this book was kind of misogynist.
It was misogynist.
To be honest with you, because it had the whole like I hated the relationship between what's his nuts? What was his avatar's name? Percival and Artemis.
Parsival.
I fucking hated it. Parsival.
He spelled it Parsival, but it was Percival. Yeah.
Yeah. I hated that relationship because it was like the whole. First of all, Artemis was like the mysterious geek girl who's like not like other girls, and I'm like hard eye roll. Like, what's wrong with being like other girls?
Yeah. Also, like, all girls are like other girls in some way. Like every person has something in common. Like no one is a completely unique individual. Plus, when he's describing this girl, he's like, oh yeah, and he's like putting down other body types when he's glorifying hers. And it's like you don't have to put down other people to glorify people. Like you can be cool with everyone.
Yeah.
Like why do you have to say that like one body type sucks in order to say that one is good?
Yeah. And then he did the whole like she wasn't interested, so instead of leaving her alone, he kept hounding her. Like I can wear her down, which is like
dudes everywhere. Stop it.
Exactly.
That's really disrespectful. When she says no, respect it and leave her alone.
Like not all girls are playing hard to get.
And we're not prizes to be won.
Yeah.
Like you can't, if we're not interested, we're not interested. Leave us alone.
Yeah.
We're not like a prize you can win.
Yeah. And then also this Halliday. I had an issue with that fella too. Because I'm like, how fucking narcissistic do you have to be
to be like
to create this Easter egg where people have to study you and learn everything about you and everything that you like in order to win? Like how narcissistic.
Right.
So that bothered me too.
Plus it's I mean, I don't know. I think people have this thing where like all the things that I like are cool. And if you don't like the things that I like, you're stupid. Yeah. And you don't get it.
Yeah.
That's dumb. That's a really dumb thing.
Mindy says, I think this book was written with men born in the 80s as a target reader.
Yeah. Because, not women friendly.
Yeah.
Yep.
Crystal said, I don't want guys' dick pic if I didn't ask for it. Exactly. No one wants to see your dick, fellas.
No. Oh, have we talked about the time when I got a dick pic from our male friend's cleavage?
I'm not sure.
So when I was single, I was chatting with this gentleman, and he was real weird.
Halliday was Professor Lockhart on steroids.
That's a really good comparison. I like that. That's a good one. This guy was really weird and he wanted nudes, and I was like, whatever. So I was like, hey guys, I bet you I can get a dick pic tonight. And Sue and our friend Nathan were all hanging out. And so Nathan let me use his cleavage.
He pushed his man boobs together.
And I sent a picture of Nathan's man boobs to this guy and definitely got a dick pic.
Immediate dick pic.
Immediate. Wasn't even lady cleavage. Only dude cleavage.
Yeah.
But he was being real creepy, so.
I accidentally consented to a dick pic once.
That's
so I wasn't paying attention. So I couldn't really fault the guy because I did consent, but I just didn't read what he sent me carefully enough. I was like, oh, fuck.
I don't want that. I don't want that. I don't want it. Crystal says, I want to be an individual. I don't want to like all the same things that my friends like.
Yeah, exactly.
We like
and I don't
things.
think you should, have to like pretend you like things to get other people to like you either.
No.
Like if someone doesn't like the things you like, then whatever. I'm sure you have other things in common.
Right, but I think that every person has something in common. Like I'm a firm believer that like everybody has something in common.
Crystal, that's just gross. I'm sure referring to the dick pic.
I'm sure. I'm not sure like which part.
Yeah. But I don't understand why like dudes think ladies want to see their dicks.
If I want to see your dick, I'll ask for it.
Yeah, like you don't see a lot of women send in unsolicited vagina pics.
No. Yeah, to have a dude send a dick pic, like if I don't ask for it, don't send it. That's pretty
Ethereal
easy.
Theory said the hilarious thing about dick pics is what guys try to do with their posing for these pics. That's true.
Has anyone out there gotten the posing with something to show the size? Because I have. Like, here's my erect penis next to something.
A Coke bottle.
A shampoo bottle. A ruler. A quarter.
A quarter?
I'm just fucking,
I hope you're rare than a quarter. Jeez.
Jordan's here.
Babe, Jordan. Hey. But what else about the book? I mean, I feel like I've been hating on it. I think that there was definite good things about it too.
Right.
Like I said, the plot was really good.
This wig is fucking with me. I can't.
Yeah, wigs are always the worst.
Synthetic hair is terrible.
Yeah. That's so itchy and
I hate it.
Ethereal Theory. Yes, and is the penis hard or semi-hard? I try to do semi-hard to make you think they're just that big all the time. Tia said, I love that I joined this live chat about Ready Player One to walk and to talk of dick pics.
You're welcome. I feel like
sometimes we get off the rails a little bit.
And also, like, I feel like I was ready to read a book about, like, fun, nerdy things, and I walked into a bunch of misogynistic shit, so...
And I feel like he did try to not be that, but I think he missed the mark.
I think he did, too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And also, I really don't want to, like, spoil you of this, but at the same time, I don't feel like it should have been a twist.
It doesn't matter to me.
But H's identity... one of my friends has a dick pic on his phone specifically for shock value.
Here's the thing though, like for shock value?
Like, does he just like whip it out?
Right, like how does that work? Like dicks aren't really that shocking.
That's not okay, by the way, to just whip out. It'd be like actually whipping out your dick in public, which you can get arrested for.
You can.
So
but if you ever come to my house, sometimes my husband walks around in various states of undress. So
doesn't matter how big or small they are, they all get the same goal. True. And I'm a believer of it's not the size of the vessel, it's the motion of the ocean.
Oh, see, I'm not. It's totally the size of the vessel for me.
See, I don't think, I mean, if you got like a micro penis, that could be a problem, but there's other ways.
No.
There's other ways to, do things that don't just involve penis and vagina.
Yeah.
So.
Not for Megan.
And I'm okay with that.
No, gotta be the size.
See, H.
Don't come at me with a rowboat.
H. Lawn Gnome says H was a great character, and I love the reveal at the end. I do think H was a great character. I agree with you there.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm kind of like feel like, I mean, having someone's gender, race, like having that be like a twist is kind of like.
All right. So what was the twist? Like, just tell me.
H is a large African American. A young, fat African-American woman, basically, is the twist.
Why is that a twist? Like,
exactly. It's almost like a little, Like, should race or gender,
so large,
and also
black
she's gay.
Women can't.
And also she's gay.
Okay.
So it's like, oh, how can I put in a diverse character?
So large,
you know
black,
what I mean?
Gay women can't like video games? Is that like the twist?
Her reasoning for pretending to be a white man is to be like, because white men have privilege, basically.
Oh,
so if she pretends to be a white man in the Oasis, then people will treat her with more respect, and et cetera, et cetera.
That's just sad.
It is sad, and I do like that. Like I do think that she is a great character, but I don't really like. I wasn't thrilled with the fact that it was like
a big twist,
and that you don't really know that until the very end. I also kind of called that she would be a woman.
Yeah,
that she would be a woman beforehand. Yeah. Not long before it was revealed. Like, it was a little ways through the book where I was like, I bet H is a chick.
I bet she's a girl.
But I thought she was gonna like look like Pamela Anderson or something.
Oh yeah, that would make sense given this book.
Yeah, but let's see what Mindy said. Overall, I think it was a fast-paced and great plot. I had fun reading it, especially now that I'm getting close to the end. Yeah, I agree. Like, it did take a while to get into it for me, but once I was into it, I think it was fun and fast-paced.
Yeah,
I didn't love how the ending went down either, though. Jordan says unsolicited dick pics are the same like type of harassment as catcalling to me. It's to make you feel uncomfortable. Yeah. Jordan also says, I think H's reasoning is realistic, seeing as in the future I can accept the fact that gaming culture got more toxic, but you can write a future world where things get better. Yeah, I mean,
well, and you can write a future world where things are realistic too. Like,
yeah, I mean, I think H's reasoning was good and realistic as well.
Yeah, it makes sense.
I don't know. It almost felt like he was just like, how can I put in a diverse character or something? Because at this point he had a white guy, a white girl. I mean, I guess he does have like 2 Japanese characters. I don't know. I just wasn't like, I wasn't happy about the fact that it was like a twist in the story, I guess. Like, I was like, why couldn't it have been revealed earlier at least or something, you know?
Yeah.
I don't know.
It wasn't my fave. It's not my fave. I'm not done with it yet.
Tia says, it was fun and easy to read, but I can also recognize that it's also sort of trash.
I think it's fine. Like, it's fun, but it's also kind of problematic. Like, I don't know that it's necessarily trash. I think it's just kind of problematic. Yeah. You know?
And sometimes I don't know, I've in some ways grown to hate the word problematic because it's like, it gets thrown around a little too much, but it's like, and a book that's problematic isn't necessarily bad. It's not a bad all book. The time either. No, it's like, you know, the world is problematic.
Right. So. Life is problematic. Yeah.
Yeah. The Bookie Babe, Jordan says, it's one of my favorite books of all time, but I can accept that it's kind of trash. And the London says, I look at H as more as, I did not realize that that's how her name was spelled in the book, H.
Yeah.
Like, I just assumed it was because I was listening to it, you know.
No, but it's spelled like that. It's kind of, yeah.
But anyway, I looked at H more as social commentary on the internet, and that we still put our guard up and don't show our true selves. That's a good point. That is true.
I agree with that to a degree, but then I also think that people show their true selves more on the internet because I think that there's no accountability, and so I think that people can say what they want to say and project.
But in a way, I feel like that disguise for her was a way for her to still be herself.
That's true.
Because I mean, just being a woman, I think you have to like
kind of have your guard up.
And then her also being African American,
I'm sure. Sense. Yeah.
You know, so in a way, I think maybe she could be more herself, pretending to be a white man.
Someone else, right? Yeah. That makes sense. I can see that.
Jordan says she grew up in misogynistic gamer culture with her dad, so these things made me think of him. And almost reminiscent, and not everyone will feel that way.
Okay.
See, I did not grow up in gamer culture at all.
Me neither.
So this was like not nostalgic for me in any way. Like, I didn't connect with it on that level really at all. Like, there was literally nothing in this book that I was like, oh, cool. Like,
some of the 80s movies and music and stuff were kind of like that for me because my mom was like really big into the 80s, and so like we listened to a lot of 80s music.
Really?
And then also like I love like 80s movies. And when they quoted Ghostbusters on the first page, I was like, okay. But so
see,
like,
I do love Ghostbusters, but I don't retain movies well enough to recognize quotes from them, honestly. Like, I've seen Ghostbusters multiple times, but I couldn't really quote it.
Really?
But it's also been many, many years since I've seen it. But like, I think the only movies referenced that I'd even seen were maybe like Ghostbusters and I don't know. I can't remember what else is referenced.
Ferris Bueller's Day Off.
I've seen that, but I don't like that movie.
Well, like really all
unpopular opinion. I don't like Ferris Bueller's Day Off.
All the John Hughes movies I think were referenced. Like all the major
and
John
I've seen probably a lot of them. I've seen a lot of them.
I love John Hughes, probably. So
yeah, and then like the video games. I mean, I guess I've played Pac-Man. So
I played Pac-Man.
I played Pac-Man. I do like Pac-Man, but I'm not like a hardcore Pac-Man fan by any means. The rest of the video games, no. Never played any of them.
I don't play video games, but I did play D&D. I like D&D. So
I never played
got
D&D.
Those references.
And the music, I do like Rush, which gets referenced later.
That makes me think of Trailer Park Boys.
Because to the heart.
Closer to the heart.
Yeah, so I do like Rush, and I mean, I knew most of the music he referenced, but again, I'm not like a huge 80s music fan.
It's true.
There was Schoolhouse Rock, which I did love Schoolhouse Rock as a kid, so I guess there was that.
I'm loving Tia's comments right now. Just that I don't like the one diverse character catch-all, so you can slap a diversity stamp on the book and collect your ally cookies. Feels sleazy.
Yeah. And like I said, there are like the 2 Japanese characters, so like there's a little diversity there, but
yeah.
And
Mindy likes D&D as well. Awesome. And then Law Gnome, not enough people in this world like Rush, and that's a shame. I agree.
Rush is a great band.
Yeah.
They really are.
Closer to the Heart, and then like the real Tom Sawyer.
Oh yeah.
Those get stuck in my head all the time. I don't want them to, but they do.
Yeah.
Canada represent.
Who said? Did someone say
Crystal.
something? Oh, Rush. Yeah. Rush Canada.
Canada. Rush
and Trailer Park Boys.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh yeah. That's nice. That's really cool. Well,
you know what else I love from Canada? What other TV show? The Red Green Show.
Oh, I love Red Green.
Love that show.
I love Red Green. Crystal, do you know Red Green?
Like, do you know him?
Do you know him? Can you
do all Canadians know each other?
Right. Do you guys all know each other? I'm from Michigan, so I'm from like Canada South.
Yeah. Canada Junior.
Southern Canada.
What else about this book? I don't know. Like, you haven't even read it.
I haven't even read it.
I guess I'm carrying this conversation.
You are carrying this conversation. I'm just like, I'm really having a hard time. Like, I'm
look at your book.
My book got wet. Crystal loves Red Green.
Yay! I love when he would do shit to his van, the possum van, and he'd like turn it.
Yes,
I love that.
I think my wig is coming.
Bird enjoyed the world building of Oasis, however, feel like a VR game world like the Oasis may be in our future.
I think you're probably right.
Yeah, I could see that. I did like I thought the Oasis was really cool, and that was a really cool concept. Like, I liked the overall like idea of this book, I think.
Yeah, but I really did too. I just didn't like the execution.
Yeah,
I didn't like the actual book, but.
And I didn't, Jordan said that she feels like Will Wheaton is a superb audiobook narrator. Yeah, I agree. I think he did a really good job. However, sometimes I feel like maybe he contributed a little bit to me thinking that Wade was a bit of a douche.
No, because I'm reading it and he's a douche.
Okay. Because like Will Wheaton, I like Will Wheaton. I do really like him. I don't know a whole lot about him, but from what I've seen, I like him as a person and like think he's cool. But he sounds a bit like a douche.
Yeah,
he's got kind of a douchey way of speaking.
He kind of does.
And so sometimes I felt like when I was listening to it, I'm like, is Wade really a douche, or does he just sound like a douche right now?
Reading that part, like when we were in H's like hangout or whatever, and they school this kid or whatever.
Right.
I totally read it in that like, well, actually.
Me too.
Tone of voice.
Oh, and it's like looking back, knowing that H is a woman. I mean, that doesn't make it better by any means, but like, I don't know, because I feel like that's something that dudes do a lot to like girls who say they're into gaming or into these like things that are usually predominantly male dominated. Or like, you know, like I said, metal. Like when I say I'm into metal, a lot of times guys are like,
oh yeah, well, what's your favorite band?
Yeah, I think they expect me to be like, you know, Bullet for My Valentine or something like one of those like popular screamo type bands, and I'm like, well, I'm really into Bloodbath.
I enjoy the musical stylings of Cannibal Corpse. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, and Crystal, yes, I think you have mentioned Detroit to me. And just so you know, not all Michigan is like that. I'm from like a area of Michigan that's like in the woods.
Yeah.
So
backwoods Michigan.
Backwoods
all right,
Michigan.
I think we missed some comments. Let me scroll back. Scroll back.
Also, this wig is falling off, so I'm gonna have to take it off. I'm gonna have to take off the wig.
Oh, wig's going.
Yeah, it's falling off of me. So
Mindy said she got an opinion from a male friend who has read it and is way into gaming culture and loves sci-fi. He said it was okay. And Jordan says Will Wheaton plays a lot of assholes in movies nowadays. What movies has he been in?
I don't actually know. I just know him from The Big Bang Theory.
Yeah, I was on The Big Bang Theory, and he plays a little bit of a douche on The Big Bang Theory.
A little bit, yeah. But also, like, Sheldon's douche super douchey to him, so, you know.
Yeah, they're both kind of douches.
Yeah.
Mindy said, he just threw stuff in that is cool, but did have enough explanation
of science to make it sci-fi.
But didn't. Is that what you mean? But didn't have
did or didn't.
Explanation of the science to make it sci-fi. Yeah, I don't know that I mean, I guess
there's the whole Oasis thing, which is, and then like
I feel like the Oasis
and it's like dystopian
was explained like pretty well. And the part where he like infiltrates the infiltrates the Sixers, whatever that thing was called, that organization.
Yeah, it was the Sixers.
And when he like infiltrates them, that got real technical. I mean, I don't know if any of it was legit information, but
yeah. Well, that's the thing. Like when I'm reading fiction, I really don't care, like if it's legit information or not.
True.
Is it fun to read?
Yeah,
that's all I really care. Yeah.
And the London thinks Wade just lacked in street smarts. Yeah, I think
so.
I think he did.
I would agree with that.
Because he didn't ever go outside.
Oh, JB subscribes. Just popping in to see how you two are doing.
Hi. Now I'm trying to guess what your Halloween characters will be. Should we give a hint?
Let's give a hint. Know. La 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 la. That's my hint. I took my wig off, so.
Jordan says Will Wheaton, I think she's talking about,
is actually
a sweetheart in real life. Yeah, that's what I kind of like gleaned about him is I think he's actually a really nice person. And sometimes I watch his on Geek and Sundry, the YouTube channel. He does like a tabletop thing. And every once in a while I'll watch that, not often, but oh yeah, Bird just said I like Will Wheaton's show Tabletop.
Yeah.
I think he seems like a nice person. You're standing on my neck. Is that a reference to something?
To Daria.
Oh, okay.
That's the theme song. You're standing on my
I feel neck. Bad because I don't actually know that much about Daria.
I know all the things.
I need to watch all of the show.
I haven't.
I didn't watch Daria as a kid because I didn't have cable.
I did. Like we got cable when I was like 15, and it was on MTV at the time, and so I watched it, and I fucking loved it. Yeah, I never had cable until I lived with my sister when I was in college, and she had cable, but she mostly watched the Food Network. I think I don't know if they were airing Daria at that point, but yeah, I got the box set for like $20.
Yeah, Whitney told me that they had the box set for like $20 at Vintage Stock or something.
You should watch it.
Yeah, so I need to get that and watch it.
Yeah, Daria's the best spinoff behind Frasier. I think it's before Frasier, but
I did used to watch Frasier. It's pretty good.
I did too, but I think Daria's a better spinoff.
All right.
I mean,
I can't think of
I like Frasier,
good spinoff I like. I'm sure there is one, but I can't think of it off the top of my head.
I just always related to Daria, so that was always my favorite, like, spinoff.
So JB subscribes if you haven't guessed yet. We're Daria and Jane.
We're Daria and Jane.
I love RPO. What does that mean?
But I never recommend it anymore because I'm
pretty sure Ready Player One.
Aha. I think, I mean, still recommend it. Like, maybe.
Well, it is kind of, I feel like the hype doesn't do it any favors, I think. Like, maybe if I'd read this before everyone talked about how much they loved it, maybe I would have liked it more because I would have had lower expectations.
Well, and also, like, if somebody recommends a book to me and says, like, it has personal significance to them, then I read it from a different mindset than, like, if it just comes from, like, this book is so awesome, this book is great.
Yeah.
If someone gives me a book and they're like, this meant a lot to me because it reminded me of whatever, then I'm going to read it, you know, from a different place. Yeah. And so then, you know, it helps me understand them better and I might like it better.
And apparently if you say you dislike this book on Goodreads, you'll get a lot of, like, hate comments.
Oh.
Which I think proves that it's, like, like, misogynistic as well, because it's like,
if you don't like this, then you suck.
Right. Yeah. Because it's, you know, usually men. But anyway, bye, Jordan.
Bye, Jordan.
Yeah. So what else could I say about this book? I don't know. Like, I really, like, I'm going to talk about the ending. Okay.
So warning.
So Mindy, since you haven't finished it, maybe you might want to, like, tune out for a while. But like, at the end, I was really loving that it was going to be, like, Percival, Artemis, and H were going to do it together. And then when it turned out that it was just Percival, I was like, are you fucking kidding me?
Seriously.
Like, I was really pissed off that, like, he was the only one that got the glory on that. Because I'm like, you know what? Artemis and H dedicated their whole fucking lives to this too.
Right.
And they don't get it. Which, like, I realize that Wade, I mean, he did perhaps you could say that he sacrificed more because, like, he did, you know, allow himself to become an indentured servant and, like, could have been killed or whatever doing that. So in a way, I guess he made a little bit more of a sacrifice than those two did. Of course, all of them could have been killed because that organization, I can't remember the name, was obviously ruthless and would have killed all of them if they had the chance. But yeah, I was just kind of pissed that, like, they didn't get any of the glory really, and that Percival got to be the big fucking hero. It's like, of course he is. Of course you did. Of course. And then he gets the girl, and I'm like, ugh.
This is like the male fantasy, though, right?
Exactly. Like that's what I think it was Rebecca from Tea Hags called it, male power fantasy.
Yeah,
and I think that's very accurate.
Yeah, like you're this nerdy guy, and you're into all these, like, obscure pop culture references,
and then you're, you know,
you play a lot of fucking video games, and then all of a sudden you win the girl,
and you're the richest, most powerful person in the Oasis, at least.
That's not really how life works.
Yeah. Crystal says, please read Harvesting the Heart by Jodi. Is that pronounced Picoult? Picoult? I don't know. It's a contemporary, but I really liked it and it has a super significant meaning to me. All right, well, we'll check it out.
Yeah.
I'm gonna write that down.
Gonna write it down.
Harvesting the Heart.
Harvesting the Heart.
I've heard of Jodi Picoult. Like Pico de Gallo.
Oh. I like Pico de Gallo.
I've heard of her. I've heard people talk about her, but I've never read anything by her. Harvesting the Heart. Like hay, like wheat?
Yeah, like
wheat.
No, see, I like it when people make recommendations like that. You know, like, this book means a lot to me. Please read it.
Yeah, but then I would feel really bad if I didn't like it. You know what I mean?
Well, yeah, that's true. But, like, I feel like if I'm coming at it, like, this person, it means a lot to this person. Even if I Picoult.
Or is it Picoult? Picoult? I don't know.
But I feel like And I'm coming at it from the angle, like, this person really likes it. Even if I don't like it, I can maybe understand why they do.
Right.
You know, so I can still appreciate it.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, that makes sense.
So I like it when people give me recommendations like that.
Yeah.
Like, this book meant a lot to me. Please read it.
All right. I don't know if I have anything more to say about this book. Does anyone else have any comments on it or any other questions for us?
Well, Mindy was saying that she was hoping that they would team up and stick together.
Yeah. I mean, I don't want to like tell you exactly what happens, you know. Because I could, yeah.
And Crystal says peacoat.
Peacoat. Oh, like a peacoat.
Oh. Peacoat. So does anyone else have anything they want to say or ask?
I think there's a lag on our comments here. Oh, and we haven't had our like in real life book club meeting yet.
So we have not drawn a book.
So we haven't drawn a new book yet. So we don't know yet what we're going to be reading for next month. But we will put it on after our meeting, which will be next Saturday. The 21st. The 21st. We will post it on Twitter and Facebook, and then we'll probably also like mention it in a video.
In one of our videos, yeah.
At some point after that date. So
watch out for that.
Watch out for Twitter and Facebook to see what our next book will be.
And if you have any suggestions, let us know and we'll write those down.
Yeah, other than the ones we had from last time.
Right. So if you have any new suggestions, let us know.
Yeah, let us know.
We'll put those in our bucket.
In our bouquet.
Next
time I go keeping up appearances.
Did you ever see
speaking?
Did you ever see that flower shop near my house on Kearney?
I don't think so.
It was like, say you love her with a bouquet, but it's spelled bouquet, B-O-K-A-Y.
Oh dear.
Yeah.
Yeah. B-O-K.
B-O-K-A-Y. Bouquet.
You think you'd Google that before you put it on a big sign outside your establishment?
It's like I think of like bouquet, and then I think of bouquet. Bouquet.
All right. Should we wait a second to see
if
people have suggestions? Because there's definitely like a lag on what we're saying and when it's showing up. So
yeah.
Let's just wait a minute.
I
think Crystal had asked earlier what we were drinking, and we forgot to answer. But it's Stammich from Urban Chestnut. It's a German-style Pilsner, and it's pretty good. I mean, I really like this beer. My favorite thing ever, but
I really like it. It's really like easy drinking.
Okay, Mindy suggested Neverwhere. And then also The Night Circus. I actually own that book and have. Been on my TBR, but I haven't
recommended that book.
I've heard very good things about both of those.
Very good things.
Although I've like Neil Gaiman just doesn't do it for me most of the time.
I've only read one book of his, which is Coraline.
I've heard some people say that they like his like children's books better
than his actual like adult novels.
Yeah, and I've only read adult novels from him.
I've only read Coraline.
Yeah. Gonna have a look at that. Heavier Than Heaven. That's the Kurt Cobain biography, right? I have read that.
Have you?
Yeah.
I have not.
I actually have it. I read it in high school because I was obsessed with Kurt Cobain in high school. And also, my best friend and I accidentally stole that book from our high school library. I mean, I think it was an accident. If you like Neil Gaiman, you should see the film Mirror Mask.
So I've never heard of Neil Gaiman, then go ahead.
Yeah, I've never heard of Mirror Mask. He writes for like Doctor Who sometimes. I know he's written some Doctor Who episodes.
I like Sandman.
See, I haven't read the Sandman comics,
which
I've
like
heard
Sandman.
is like quintessential Neil Gaiman.
It's and the art is like really beautiful. Like the artwork in it is gorgeous. And I like it, but I don't know, like I tried to read American Gods, and I only made it, like I didn't read it, very much of it, but.
Yeah, I've read American Gods, but it was a while ago, and I don't remember much about it, honestly. I liked it at the time, but then it didn't stick with me at all. And I've read The Ocean at the End of the Lane, which again I liked, but I didn't love. And I've read Stardust, which was okay. The movie's better, honestly. Let's see. Mirror Mask is weird and wonderful. I'll have to check it out. I've never heard of that. I don't know what that is. Anything that Jim Henson's name is attached to is great. Oh, so Jim Henson and Neil Gaiman. Is there puppets?
I don't know. Like, puppets creep me out.
Crystal said what she knew. I feel like I've heard of that. Maybe.
So I'm going to be honest with you about the puppets thing.
You don't like puppets?
No. And like, I don't like puppets. And also with the whole like Labyrinth thing, Joey loves Labyrinth.
Yeah.
I only like Labyrinth.
Yeah.
I only like it. I don't love it.
I've never seen Labyrinth.
The puppets creep me out. Like, I don't like the whole like creepy puppets thing. It makes me think of Fraggle Rock.
I've never seen Fraggle Rock either.
Fraggle Rock used to scare the shit out of me.
I watched Sesame Street and I was fine with that.
Well, I like Sesame Street, but Fraggle Rock is scary. Don't watch it.
Crystal says she was obsessed with Kurt Cobain too. Yeah, I definitely thought that it was like the mid-90s when I was in high school, which it wasn't. It was the early 2000s. But I was like wearing flannel shirts and listening to Kurt Cobain.
Yeah, that's me now. Well,
listening to Nirvana, I should say.
Yeah, I dress like it's 1997 right now. But
that's in now, though.
I guess
the style these days.
Yep.
Here's my dog,
Quiggles.
Say hi, Quiggles.
Oh, Quiggles. He's very handsome. Fraggle Rock, eek same. Ah.
And oh, hey, ladies.
Dolly Mama Drama. I love your name.
Yeah.
Dolly Mama Drama.
Love it. What else are
What else y'all reading? Well, I've been reading the Nat Adam trilogy by Margaret Atwood. I finished the second book, and I'm really excited about the third one, but I'm also really nervous.
And I am currently reading The Return of the King by Tolkien, along with the ladies from Game of Tomes.
Who are awesome.
Yes, I love them. And I'm really enjoying it. It's a reread for me, but I read the books when I was like 12, so it was a really long time ago. And I actually haven't. I saw the first movie when I was like 15, and I never watched the other two, so it's kind of like I'm reading it for the first time.
Yeah.
But I'm really enjoying it. And I started reading the Book of Lost Things by, I don't remember who, but I haven't got very far in it yet.
Oh, is that the one I read?
I don't think so. No, this is like a YA
Oh, Keeper
book.
of Lost
Yeah,
Things.
this is the Book of Lost Things. The Long Gnome says Mirror Mask has no puppets, but it has some incredible CGI work.
Okay.
Very unique. Jim Henson's wife was behind this film. The best way to describe it is Alice in Wonderland on stronger drugs.
Oh.
Well, I do love Alice in Wonderland.
Oh, my.
So, yeah, and Mindy said it has great animation, but no puppets.
Okay.
Yeah.
Cool.
And Crystal said she definitely understood Cobain more after reading Heavier Than Heaven.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah, it was a good biography. I thought it was really good.
Have you ever read Nikki Sixx's book?
Mm-mm.
I can't remember what it's called. But it's about Nikki Sixx's experience on heroin.
Oh.
Which was pretty crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He has a radio show.
I saw that.
I think it's called The Sixth Sense or something like that.
But
I don't like it. No.
I don't like him.
He seems like a douche.
Yeah, he seems like a huge douche. But his book was really interesting.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Let's see. Crystal says Tolkien is so amazing as a writer. I love the Lord of the Rings trilogy and The Hobbit. Me too. I really love it.
Tolkien is awesome.
Yeah. I won't say it doesn't have its flaws, but it's amazing. Like, it's an amazing world that he created, and he's obviously was a brilliant writer. Minnie's about to finish East of Eden. I really want to read that. I've heard it's so good, and the only Steinbeck I've ever read is The Grapes of Wrath. And she said it's the best book I've ever read. Yeah,
Diaries. Yes, thank you, Crystal.
Yeah, I definitely want to read East of Eden. We should consider reading Stalking Jack the Ripper. Oh. I feel like I've heard of that too.
That sounds pretty awesome.
Yeah, Stalking Jack the Ripper. Ooh, did I spell it? I can't read my own writing after I just wrote it. I'm gonna add East of Eden.
You should.
Because I want to read that.
I'd like to read that.
Should we add the Heroine Diaries?
I've read it. Yeah, I've read it, but like it's really interesting. So yes, and thank you for helping me out with that title because I forgot it.
Crystal's reading Final Girls. I have that book and I want to read it. I was hoping I could read it this month, but I don't know if I'll have time. I've heard kind of like mediocre things about it though.
You should add, I am not a slut.
All right.
It's about slut shaming.
Okay. Dahlia Mama Drama says, creepy and quick read. I'm thinking of ending things. Ooh, that does sound creepy. Very short book. I love short books. Actually, I feel like I tend to like long books better, but
if I like the book, I like them long.
Yeah.
But your dog is like really cuddly right now.
He needs all the attention. All the time. As long as you keep scritching him, he will stay still. But if you stop, he gets wiggly. He's like, you'll scritch me.
You're being so cute. You're being so cute.
Crystal said it's really scaring the shit out of me. Final Girls is? Oh, I'd kind of heard that it was like more of a thriller than a horror. She loves thrillers and they normally don't scare me, but this is really, really scary. Interesting.
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 I might like that if it's scary.
Yeah. I got it from Book of the Month.
Oh.
The Lawn Gnome is reading Prisoner of Azkaban, the illustrated edition, and William Shakespeare's Star Wars, The Force Doth Awaken.
Awakeneth.
I need to reread the Harry Potter series sometime.
I keep trying to, and I'll read like one book and then read other things.
Yeah. I've only actually read it the one time. For people whose channel is named after Harry Potter, we're actually not the hugest Harry Potter fans ever.
We've read it once. I've watched the movies a lot, but I've only read the books.
I've read the books once, and I've watched the movies once.
I've watched the movies like probably 5 times each.
I've probably watched some of the movies more than once, but it was very far apart from each other. Crystal says Final Girls literally starts off by telling us that this girl is running from someone who shot her or stabbed her. Yeah, well, it's like kind of it's like a girl who's like survived a slasher movie type situation, right?
Also, like I would much rather get shot than stabbed.
I feel like a shot could do more damage though.
Stabbing, like, I mean, a shot can go through.
I would rather shoot someone than stab them.
I would rather do neither to anyone, but like I would rather get shot than stabbed. Because like, I don't know, like stabbing is really personal.
Yeah.
And also like...
Wait, you'd rather get shot than stabbed?
Yeah.
I thought you just said the opposite.
No, I would not rather do anything to anyone, but I would rather get...
But yourself.
No, I'd rather get stabbed or shot than stabbed.
You'd rather be shot?
Yeah.
See, I'd rather be stabbed because I feel like a bullet would do more damage, don't you think? I guess it depends on the gun.
Through, yeah, but like it can go like just right through you, but like a stab, ooh, I don't want that.
Not just romance novels. Hello.
Hi.
I tried to read Harry Potter, but never made it past the 3rd book. I like them enough to continue with the series. That's understandable. What's the 3rd book? The Goblet of Fire? I can't remember.
I don't recall.
That I found the no. Oh fuck, I can't remember. The big blue one.
The big blue one.
The Order of the Phoenix. I found the Order of the Phoenix to be hard to get through. It was boring and long. Yeah. Crystal, after watching her best friends be massacred. Yeah, that's fucked up. That's fucked up.
Fucked up. Dalai Lama Mama says, I was about to say the exact same thing. Stabbing is so personal, close up, gruesome. Yeah.
Like, yeah, but then like I want to look the person in the eye. I mean, stabbing me. I want to be there.
But like, what if you were trying to stop it and like you get stabbed in the hand and you're like, no, and you're like right up in their face. Like,
but they can just shoot you repeatedly from far away too.
Well, yeah, but it's like impersonal, and also like a bullet is, I feel like, cleaner than a knife, and could just Like, it has more, like, momentum, like, propelling it forward.
Yeah, I guess that's true.
So, like...
But would you be more likely to survive a shooting or a stabbing? I guess it just all depends. It just all depends.
It all depends. Please don't do either one of those to me. That's not my ideal way to die.
I mean, ideally, no, I don't want that to happen to me.
I mean, just tell me which one you prefer, because no reason.
Stabbing is so personal, close-up, gruesome, yeah. The movies were great, yeah. Movies are pretty great.
Mm-hmm. True.
Harry Potter should not return to Hogwarts.
Also, I went to Harry Potter World at Universal, and I kind of, like, I teared up a little bit when I saw the castle.
Really?
I did. And then we rode a couple rides, and they were really awesome. Awesome.
Crystal would rather die quick by a shot.
See,
well, I mean, if you stab, though, I feel like you might be more likely to survive.
I mean, if someone finds you, but like if you bleed to death, that takes a long time and it hurts.
I don't know.
Please don't stab me or shoot me.
Yeah.
None of those things.
Hi, Erica.
Hi.
Erica. That's what we decided to call you.
Yeah. Sounds like Urukai, but you know.
Erica. Depends on where on your body you're stabbed. Yeah. And it depends on where you're shot too. So
it does.
I mean,
let's do
neither. No, let's do an experiment and see which hurts the worst.
I will stab you and you can shoot me and we'll see what happens.
I feel like this is like a YouTube video gone awry, like that guy who got his girlfriend accidentally killed.
Oh yeah, that's fucked up.
That was fucked up. Oh, we both look beautiful.
Oh, thanks.
Thank you.
I feel like I look a hot mess, but thank you.
This is not my real hair.
This is my real hair, but I just took a wig off, so it's not great.
Erica's old boss used to call her that.
Well, your old boss sounds really cool, Erica.
Crystal says you're more likely to die by a stab wound.
Well, infection? Well, is it because of infection?
Fuck, I guess I'd rather be shot.
Or is it because you like puncture more arteries? Why?
Because it's like more
right.
What if it's like a serrated knife?
I don't know.
I don't know.
Help us out, Crystal. Explain why.
We could just Google it.
We could, but I'm lazy.
Yeah. Should we wrap this up? It's been an hour.
Oh God. Why do these always take so long?
Because we just get to jibber-jabbing.
Yeah.
Yeah, like we said though, we will post the next book on social media.
Yes.
And yeah. Someone from Crystal said someone of her home country actually What? Someone from my home county actually accidentally shot herself. Ethereal theory. If you're in the mood for something a little less deep but still good, you might like the Selection series. Oh, I've heard of that. The Selection series. It has all those very fancy looking ladies on the covers, right?
Oh. It's because you have more of a chance of hitting a vital organ than with someone shooting you. Okay.
Oh, I guess because you're
close.
Up close.
Okay. That makes sense.
Yeah, that makes sense. So, I mean, if you're getting shot by like a sniper, then you're fucked.
Right, then you're just out of luck.
Yeah. Shot his girlfriend.
Oh.
Ooh. All right, so I think we're going to wrap this up. Good night.
Good night, everyone.
E35 2020.
Good night.
Good night. We will be here next month on the actual second Sunday.
Which is let's look right now.
The 11th.
11th.
We're gonna mark it the 11th.
Is that actually, no, that's a Saturday.
Oh no, yeah. Oh fuck, I can't read calendars. The 12th. The 12th. The 12th we will be here.
Yes.
With our next live show about whatever the next book is, which we will let you guys know
on the social media
next week, after the 21st.
Right.
Yes. So, good night, everyone.
Thank you for watching.
Yeah, thanks for tuning in. This is really fun.
This is super fun. I like
these.
This. Yeah.
Yeah, so we'll see you guys later.
Yeah.
Bye.
Bye.